Ahoy ahoy crew, let's go over how to obtain and refine high rank Shadow Gear on Nova RO. First, let me explain why these are called high rank Shadow Gear. Shadow Gear on Nova RO comes from custom content called Monster Hunter, based on the actual Monster Hunter games. Currently, there is Monster Hunter 1 and Monster Hunter 2. Monster Hunter 1 offers low rank Shadow Gear that I will make into its own video. Monster Hunter 2 offers high rank Shadow Gear, which are the ones that we're going to talk about. Since Shadow Gears are tied to Monster Hunter content, we need to go to the Monster Hunter airship. Use @GoMH. If you have never been to the airship before, you will have to watch a cutscene play out first. Now that we are on the airship, head to the far right until you are almost at the end of the airship. You will find an NPC called Herek Ignisin. He will let you craft low and high rank Shadow Gears. If you choose his high rank Shadow Gear option, it will open up a list of different types of Shadow Gears, and each of those sections have pieces of Shadow Gear sets. Selecting a Shadow Gear will open up this window and let you move the materials into the crafting area. Once you have all the materials selected, click OK to create the Shadow Gear. Now you are ready to refine it. This may seem like there are a lot of Shadow Gears, and that's because there is. Because there is so many Shadow Gears, and more that will continue to get added in the future, I highly suggest using the Nova RO wiki page to find the gear that you want to use and the materials required to craft them. The materials for crafting Shadow Gear are obtained a few different ways. Fishing, mining, and foraging all give you different materials used for crafting Shadow Gear, and killing ambient monsters, primal monsters, and great monsters will also give various materials. Ambient monsters are random monsters around the Savage Coast. Primal monsters are the mini-bosses that spawn on the Savage Coast. The great monsters are specific boss fights which are the main content to Monster Hunter 2. Now that we know where all the materials come from and how to craft the Shadow Gear, how do we go about refining them? In order to refine Shadow Gear, we need to speak with Ryler Ignisin, who is standing just above Herek. He will let you refine the Shadow Gear you are currently wearing. After choosing a gear, he gives you the option of either using Illunium or Enriched Illunium. An important note is that the refining chances are the same as the regular refinement system from +1 to +10. Here is a list of the chances with Illunium and Enriched Illunium. After choosing your ore, he asks you for an armor sphere. Armor spheres are crafted by converting the loot from great and primal monsters into points. Speak with Lisbeth right here and have some great monster loot in your inventory. Choose the parts into monster energy option and then the type of loot you are converting. So, if you're converting Garanth loots, choose the Garanth option. Lisbeth will turn all of the loots in your inventory into Garanth points. Now, you can speak with her again to craft armor spheres. Choose the Garanth option. She will let you create Garanth Armor Sphere and Garanth Armor Sphere Plus. Regular armor spheres cost 100 points to create, and Armor Sphere Plus cost 500 points to create. The best way to think about armor spheres is that they are like refining ores. They are required to refine, and consumed on every use. Regular armor spheres can be used anywhere from +1 to +10. Armor Sphere Plus can be used from +7 to +10, and prevents the Shadow Gear from losing any refinements. Another custom feature of Nova RO is that Shadow Gear do not break when refining. When you fail a refine with a regular armor sphere, there is a 70% chance to curse the Shadow Gear, and a 30% chance for it to lose one refine. When you fail a refine with an Armor Sphere Plus, there is a 70% chance of nothing happening, and a 30% chance for it to become cursed. When a Shadow Gear becomes cursed, it can still be used, but it cannot be refined. You can remove the curse by trying to refine the Shadow Gear again and paying some amount of gold coins and ingots from mining on the Savage Coast. The amount you have to pay depends on the refinement of the Shadow Gear. Here is a quick table on that. Once you clean your Shadow Gear, you can now refine it once again. That's all I've got on high rank Shadow Gear. Actually, there is quite a bit more, but I've excluded some things so I could create a more coherent and easier to understand video. If you want to learn more about Shadow Gears, there will be links in the description for some wiki pages. And as always, if this video helped you, subscribe to the channel, share it with friends, and I'll see you in the next video.